We are a global food production company out of Japan, having expanded to over 30 countries with a mission to improve the overall well-being of all human beings through amino science. We focus primarily on two main products, the pot sticker and the gyoza, which are authentic kind of Asian food. We're right around 300 people total. Probably the most challenging part in finding qualified people is the location. We are very rural. We've used up as many as 5 or 6 temp agencies at a time to try to fill slots. Over the last 2 years, we thought that by going with one agency, they would be primarily focused for us. They would be able to get what we need, fill our needs. It still didn't work. We still had staffing gaps on the lines on a daily basis. We had turnover that was 300% or greater for the year. It was just very difficult for us to build a stable workforce. We're looking for people that are dedicated to doing quality work, that want to feel part of a community and, have a desire maybe to even excel and grow with us. The people that were coming in through the agency did have a mindset of temporary because that's where they went. They went to a temporary agency to look for work. Although we asked for full-time hires, you had a certain percentage that weren't interested in that. And I don't know that the screening process really weeded that out as well as it could have. It's a morale issue. People are frustrated. We're seeing it on both sides. We're seeing the people coming in not feeling, maybe welcome as they should. And on our end, our employees are like, why should I invest that much time if the expectation is that somebody's not going to stick around? They don't have that same sense of commitment to the person. Certainly from a financial aspect, that kind of turnover can really be expensive. We take the time to do very thorough orientations and training periods for 2 weeks. And when someone leaves within a very short amount of time, it's a direct cost to us. When I first got that call from Effex, my curiosity was really not that high, actually, because I assumed they were going to tell me the same thing that I always hear. Typically, they end up coming down to price because they don't have a lot of differences to offer. In that moment, we were understaffed. We were not meeting the needs for our operations team. And I was desperate, but I'll be honest with you, it took a lot of months to really vet the process. I just couldn't believe what Effex was able to offer. It would have to cost more than what I was spending right now. I'm like, you don't understand. We're in a rural area. We have all of these transportation issues. We have people that are not interested in driving this far. Nobody's heard of our company name. It's a huge marketing thing. You've got to be able to get out there and help us find people. To my surprise, that's exactly what Effex was offering. They did the homework, they went out, they did the analysis, they studied our market, they told me how they were gonna go about staffing for us, and it was different than what I'd been seeing. So it was definitely a lot of work that we can't do ourselves, which is why I need someone like Effex, and that's why I chose them. Probably what I'm most impressed with so far is just their dedication. I mean, the hours they're putting in, the time that they're spending to learn everything that they can possibly learn. Effex was on site the entire time. The implementation team came in with a checklist, and we had meetings with every department so we could talk about what their needs were. Effex wanted to know exactly how they could serve them best. They sat in the break room. They talked to employees so the employees understood that there wasn't going to be a change in their pay. In fact, they were going to be given benefits. They were able to make it a very smooth process. In the short 5 or 6 weeks, not only are they meeting the quantity demand we're asking, we have seen an impressive change in the candidate quality. We're seeing less absenteeism, and we're certainly seeing less turnover already. With Effex, probably the biggest thing was we would be their sole client in our area. So we were not competing for labor with other employers around us. Their experience in manufacturing industry in particular has definitely had a positive impact on how quickly they're acclimating to our needs. The training that's required to work in food manufacturing is definitely more than you would see outside of food. Effex has brought that knowledge already. I don't have to worry about the basic concepts of GMP, and we really had no hiccups along the way. I think the thing I'm most excited about in our partnership is that there really isn't going to be any imbalance anymore. It'll be cohesive. We'll all be working towards the same goal. And ultimately, it's that stable workforce that you want, right? You want them trained, competent in what they're doing. We're gonna see reduced injuries, increased quality, better price and efficiencies in our products. Ultimately, I think it's just a better business model.